This week on The Real Housewives of Dubai.
Stanbury and Taleen hanging out on Instagram, deep diving into the pits of hell is very, very fitting. Gutter meets gutter. Stanbury, you were complaining that Taleen had her bushes open at Beyonce.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Dubai. That's season 2, episode 6. Let's get right into this. Alright, so we kick out this episode by finishing off the dinner in the desert. Brooks and Taleen were in the middle of their disagreement. Taleen is telling the ladies that Brooks called her, saying that Stanbury was talking this crap about her. So Taleen decided to call Stanbury to see if that was true, and Stanbury said that no, that wasn't the truth. So Taleen feels like Brooks was stirring the pot and trying to create a bigger problem between Taleen and Stanbury. Now, in the middle of this whole argument, Sara was like full therapist mode. She was saying to Brooks, "Take a deep breath. Brooks, how does that make you feel? Brooks, listen to what she said. Brooks, what is your response?" It got to the point where Stanbury can't help it but to say, "What are you doing? Why are you acting like she's your puppet? It's ridiculous. You couldn't stand her last year. Now you're her mouthpiece." So Stanbury and Sara start arguing, and Stanbury says, "Oh, shut up, Sara." And Sara says, "You have all these labels, but you have no class." So they're going back and forth. Sara, though, she feels like Stanbury is mad at her because she isn't defending her. She's defending Brooks instead. I will say that it can be a little annoying if you're having a conversation and you're having some third-party commentator trying to just act like this is a therapy session. It's not. Now, Brooks is able to deflect this whole conversation, and Lesa then questions Sara because Chanel told Lesa that at that little dinner that they had to break their fast last episode, Sara had asked if everything was okay at home with Lesa. So the way Ayan worded it and the way Lesa received it, it felt as if Sara was implying that there was something wrong with her marriage or whatever, which Sara explained that's not at all what she meant. She didn't mean marriage, just meant it in general, because she could tell that Lesa was a little off, so she just wanted to know if everything was okay. And that's kind of like how Arab culture is. They ask people. And on this, I am with Sara. I do think that Ayan and Lesa took this totally the wrong way. But then the other ladies break their fast and they eat. So that was it for this desert dinner. So then it's a new day. We see brief clips of all the women in their homes. Then Ayan and Lesa meet up. They talk about the desert. They discuss the fight between Brooks and Taleen as well as with Sara. But as they begin to talk a little more, it looks like Sara was right. Lesa is going through some stuff at home. She starts to say that she has so much going on with her family and her business. She then starts to cry and says that she doesn't know who she is. Her mom had told her that she needs to have a plan B in case her husband leaves her. So she's been working really hard in her business, which is growing, but it's becoming a lot and it's becoming a little bit hard to balance everything. Ayan offers some words of encouragement of needing to, take a break and not lose herself. Alright, so then the next scene is Stanbury and Sergio and all of Sergio's family. They are eating at the house, and then Stanbury starts to talk about how Sergio needs to get some more friends of his own because he wants to be with her every single second of the day. And then when she finishes eating, she says that she has to go. So then it's just Sergio talking to his family in Spanish. En castellano, tío, él tiene muchos problemas y preocupaciones. So he's talking to them about, them trying to have this baby. He really wants it. I think he wanted more support from the family. But even the mom says that she doesn't really see Stanbury having a baby now. But if they do, of course they will support them. So yeah, they talked a little bit more about the dynamics between Sergio and Stanbury. Then we see Ayan FaceTiming her older sister. She and Ayan are very close. One of the things that Ayan talks about is Ayan Beauty, which she's been working very hard on, and she's going to have sort of like a launch party. So her sister will join her, and so will her brother. Ayan thanks her sister for being there and being always so supportive of her. So then we see Caroline Brooks. Her and her mom Maria she's there, and then Caroline takes her to go check out the glass house along with her son. They're planning the kid's birthday party, but Caroline says that it's really hard trying to talk to him at this age. And then the little kid mentions something that he talked to his dad about, and then Brooke says, well, that's another thing, you don't really talk to me as much as you talk with your dad. And he says, well, that's because you come at home until 10 p.m. So Brooks has to let him know that she works hard, because that's why he has the life that he has, because of his mom that's working hard. So then the next scene is Sara and her son, and she brings Akeem again before he goes back to Germany. I think Sara has been introducing her kid to this man a little too soon, because her little boy is like crazy and he's like super excited with this guy being there. So in case it doesn't work out, that would be very, very bad for the kid. But Sara does have a little bit more of a serious conversation with him, and she asks him, what does he see in his future? And he says, yeah, I see relationship, marriage, children. She then asks an important question. Will he be the sole provider and protector? Because, that's how it is according to her religion and culture. Now, he kind of gagged her when he asked, so if a man provides for everything, does that mean he's going to be the leader of the household and be in control? And she's like, oh, well, no, not necessarily. And I was like, come on, Sara. I mean, you can't have it both ways, That's not going to work out. You can't choose to be traditional in one sense, but not in the other. Like, that's not going to work out. But before he leaves, the guy says that he can't wait for her if she's going to be dating other men. So they kind of establish that they're going to be exclusive. Not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, but exclusive. I'm telling you right now, this guy's probably got some hella amount of girls in Germany or wherever he's from. Alright, so moving on, Stanbury and her daughter Jasmine go to a restaurant. Unfortunately, Stanbury wasn't able to join Jasmine and the dad to visit the universities here in the US. The girl really liked UCLA. Then they talk about spending time together. The girl pretty much says that she feels like Caroline prioritizes Sergio over her 3 children. She doesn't like that he tries to parent them. She feels like it isn't his place. And she also feels like between her dad and Sergio, with like Caroline being with them, it was very quickly when Stanbury got with Sergio, because she had just left their dad not too long ago. Stanbury says, well, I don't want you to think I only stick up for him. And then the girl says, you do. That's what upsets me. And then she begins to cry. She says that if anyone else was arguing with her, Caroline would obviously defend her. But when it comes to Sergio and her fighting, Caroline defends Sergio. Jasmine says that she wants Caroline to think more about her children. And then Caroline says that she hopes they can make some changes. All of them. And I kind of feel better for Caroline, because I think she's in a hard situation. Because on the one hand, you have your children. And then the other, the person you love and are now, you became one with via marriage. But she even said in her confessional that sometimes the daughter will be super tough and say things to Sergio like, oh, you don't belong in this family, or I don't like things like that. But maybe with her leaving for college, hopefully that will make things better. All right, so then we see Taleen. She's with her husband, mom, and sister. Taleen's dog died, and she was talking about how she told him in the group chat, and everyone reached out, but Brooks didn't. She says, that's a dog that just died. How dare you not reach out? I was just like, really, Taleen? I mean, you're acting like if this was a person. I mean, obviously, the bigger issue is their friendship not being the same. She says that she even sent a birthday message to Caroline Brooks' son, and that she got no response. And she says that if she doesn't get a response, she won't be going to the party. So then we see the birthday party. It was at the beach. The dad made it. Caroline definitely did a great job. Stanbury and her ex's dynamic is quite entertaining. So obviously it was a kids' party, so everyone was coming in with their kids. Chanel didn't make it because she had to go pick up her family from the airport, and Taleen was nowhere to be found. It was only Sara, Lesa, and I think that was it. So then we see Stanbury going to visit Taleen, and she brings her flowers and says, I'm sorry, I know what your loss is, I've been there. Again, never mind, let me not even go there. But you guys, Stanbury and Taleen have gotten very close because they hung out the night before, late at night. And Taleen even took a video where Caroline even got into bed with Rafi. Now that's a little too much for me. They were getting a little too close. But, they're just having a lot of fun, laughing and joking. And then they also talked about not going to the party. And, a lot of people have been pointing out that it was interesting that Taleen and Stanbury were like bad mouthing Caroline like in front of the whole family. And they were all like laughing about it and stuff, saying that she's always drunk and things like that. But Stanbury and Taleen, I didn't see that friendship coming, but I feel like it is a genuine one. I think that it's almost like they felt like someone trying to, pit us against each other, but we're going to ignore that, and it actually kind of bonded them even closer. So that's a interesting friendship. Meanwhile, at the party, Sara and Brooks talked about Caroline and Taleen hanging out because he saw it on Instagram, and they say, "Let them burn." So that was the end of the episode. Then we got the mid-season trailer, and it looks like there will be a lot of more drama. I think that this new season will focus more on the Chanel and Lesa fallout. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about this episode. What did y'all think about just anything you want to tell me? So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.